Hi, I'm Neil and welcome to Rubbish Science. And for this project, what we want to do is turn you into a brilliant rubbish scientist. And first of all, we need to think, well, what is she as a scientist? And lots of people now will be thinking, oh, no, not me. Science isn't for people like me, because what we've got in our heads is an image of what scientists look like. And it's like Einstein. It's an old white man in a white coat with crazy hair doing mad things in laboratories. And that's not what scientists are like. Scientists are all types of people. I can guarantee that there are people who look like your parents who are scientists. So that's the first thing to get out of the way. In order to be a brilliant rubbish scientist, you actually need a few things. So the number one, you need to be curious. You need to be thinking, well, how does that work? Or what might happen if? What if I change this? Is that true? You need to be able to listen to other people and think, maybe they might be right, because we tend to think that we're right all the time. You need to be able to actually make mistakes. This is probably the most important, and learn from them, because some of the best, biggest discoveries in science have actually been when people make mistakes. And if you're scared of failure, then you're not going to be a brilliant rubbish scientist. We learn from our mistakes. Most of all, you just need to never, ever, ever give up. So what is rubbish science? Well, rubbish science is about using rubbish to solve real problems and create something from rubbish. But we have to think like a scientist. And I've said before, we need to think, where's the evidence? What can we do? How might we show that? What do we need? And this is just a mini experiment we're doing here. So it's a very, very simple experiment. I'm going to set the scenario for you. So imagine that you live in a very, very poor place. You live on a dump, and I've worked with people who are like this, children who are like this. You live on a dump, you have no money, your parents have died, and you have to try and make yourself that you can get some food. Most people, what they do in those situations, they go around the dump and they try and find things and they try and sell them in order to actually buy food. But what we get is that they have no land, they can't grow anything, but you have got some wall space. And imagine you found some seeds. How would you grow them, and how would you manage to make it so you have some food security? So this is your problem. So let's just go through this step by step. So the first thing you're going to do, number one, you're going to decide, well, what am I going to grow? So what seeds? And it needs to be something that's going to grow fast. It needs to be something that's nutritious, and it needs to be something that's going to fit in a small space. Don't try and grow a tree, because it's not going to work. The second thing you need to decide was, well, how do we actually germinate the seeds? So we need to find some kind of way of germinating seeds. I'm not going to show you, because if I show you, too many people just copy exactly what I do. So we need some kind of pot, something which would normally be thrown out, that we could germinate seeds in, and you have to find out what are the best conditions for germinating seeds. Once we've grown those seeds, we need to what's called prick them out. We need to take the seedlings out and put them into something where they can grow on. Otherwise, they're all competing with each other, and that's not going to work very well. And finally, we need to think we have this wall space, which we're thinking about 1 meter by 1 meter. How am I going to grow all my things on this? How am I going to water them? How am I going to take care of them? What kind of soil might I need? What sort of compost would I need? How might I do it? And the answers to all of these questions comes from you. Join us and enjoy it.